just wonder, because it's like with our person, not only were we created by God as this one soul in two bodies, we're now reunited with that deepest sense of source energy through this act of intimacy where we can just be source energy in its purest form, because we're out of mind. We're just one with our soul, balancing this connection. We are so tuned into soul, which means therefore we're tuned into source, which means we are like tapping into this explosion of source energy. Crazy.
It is. It's like, it really is. It becomes like this out of body experience where you're both floating in and that's what Joanne, you said earlier. Together.
You said earlier that sexual energy is actually creativity. It's like a creative energy. It's like once you're aligned with soul, that sexual energy can be transmuted into the deepest sense of creative energy for soul purpose.
You just made me realize that. So like the passion I have for Cup of Joe, like you guys have no freaking idea because I'm so passionate.
Eat, breathe, sleep, Cup of Joe, and how we can help all of you. Seriously, how can I help them more? How can I give them more guidance? How can I tell them really how this journey is?
That's how we feel. We pour love and passion and like all of our soul energy into World's Cup of Joe. We eat, breathe, sleep all day, every day. It's just creation, right? And the feeling, the energies that I feel within when I'm creating for Cup of Joe, the passion, the ignition, the co-creation with source, the magic, the soul energy just like vibrating, all of that is literally how I feel when I'm intimate with my person, and the sexual energy is through the roof. The sexual energy is transmuted through creativity with that same passion and love.
You guys are messaging us saying, what do I do with all this sexual desire? How do I get rid of it? Joanne, take it away. Let them know how they can work with it.
Absolutely. So when you feel the sexual energy, you think it's about your person. This is the sexual energy that is for creation. This is what's ignited inside you. It's the best release for the addictive energy. And this is what, and I just now realized that when we were in separation and I was like, figuring out that I love to write, and I've shared this with some of you guys. I made a Cup of Joe email, and it had nothing to do with Twin Flames. It was with my work. It was just a Cup of Joe, and my Joe was just J-O. And this was like me still trying to figure out this journey. I was totally trying to figure out why I had so much addictive energy for my person. And so I send this like cheesy Cup of Joe email on like helping people feel better at work, just like a positivity. Elizabeth on the other side gets the email. And again, this is before we have an E. Yeah.
Your E before your Joe, after your Joe.
All right, yeah. So E is on the other side. Elizabeth's on the other side. She gets this email and she just like knew one day we would both be working together, because we were working together with
because I added to it. Job. Like unknowingly, I added to it and started doing like I wanted to add on to your positivity. When I was going through my dark night, there was a quote that I'd heard about something being reflected in like the good qualities you see in others really are the good qualities within yourself. And I was like, Joanne does this. I want to add on and help bring this positivity to our team. Yeah. Little did we know at that time, my love.
No, seriously. But I can feel myself getting lost. So literally, instead of getting lost in your person, because that was a lost cause, like having all this sexual tension and energy for someone who's literally like not even found anymore, right? They're like in another side of the world when you're in addictive energy. So if I wasn't going to be able to use this energy towards him because he's running right now, I need to figure out how to release this where it was productive. And the way I released it is, like I said, I was writing those blogs, and Elizabeth was writing those blogs with me for work. And then obviously, lo and behold, we both recognized after I was able to balance this connection, I was able to help her through her connection. We gave birth individually in our own awakening, a way to release the addictive energy. Literally, you guys, World's Cup of Joe was created through creativity. And it was this addictive energy that needed to be released for a transmutation of creation. It gave birth. Like, we literally created life through Cup of Joe, because me and Elizabeth, we couldn't push on our person. So if we couldn't push on our person, and we knew it was allowing us to release our creation, our creativity, our love, our light, it helped other people. It was keeping our person from not pulling. They're in our life permanently now. It allowed us to find an outlet to help others. And we literally found a way to transmute the sexual energy to giving birth and creating life, right? Creating World's Cup of Joe to help other beautiful souls awaken their soul and balance their twin flame connection. And now, talking about sex, when I talk about sex, it isn't desire, my loves. I am in the highest
I was just going to say.
Scale.
I was going to say, we started
joy.
We started this conversation, and we were talking sort of about this energy, right? Because this connection is very, very simple in terms, in rules. It's all about energy. And when you can master the energy and bring it out of those lower scales of mind energies, what are we talking about? We're talking now, we started with sort of this desire energy, and we're now talking about soul purpose energy, which is love, which is soul.
Yeah,
it's
creation.
So simple. You talk about,
it is.
When you talk about this connection, it's all about transcending those lower energies of mind into the energies of soul. And that's where you're balanced. That's where your person can find you. And the sexual energy with the soul creation energy. And we get to do both. We get to do
both. And I feel like, literally, I'm not even kidding you guys, I feel the same energy, the passion, the love, the co-creation, the like blood, sweat, and tears of creating your own like baby, right? This is like your own creation that you love, and you send all your energy to. And I realized I did all of that because it needed to be, because addictive energy, let's get real, it's crazy. So it needed to be released in a different way. I knew that obsessing about him, making it about him, desiring him, and being with him all day isn't productive. Even now, I just gave you guys an example. I'm choosing to go work out. I'm choosing to spend this moment now on a Zoom call with Elizabeth to help you beautiful souls balance your twin flame connections, instead of going home and like hooking up with my person, which I can very well do after all
that's
this.
Spiritual stamina. That's spiritual stamina right there.
It is spiritual stamina. But that's what I always consciously do. I always want to consciously choose me. And I know this is cheesy, but when I wake up, loves, I choose me. I wake up and I choose me. And everyone else is after I choose me, after I do my gym, after I do my business, after I've taken care of all of the love and energy that I need to give myself before I give that energy out to everyone else, my friends, my family, my person. They're after I've taken care of me, because when I'm full, right, when my energy is through the roof, I'm full, my heart is open, I've given all my love and energy to you beautiful souls in Cup of Joe. I've been able to give my body all of the workout and the food and just love that I can. I'm able to be present with the people in my life. I'm able to be present with my person, so I'm not leaking and pushing on him, and he's not going to want to see me. Like, let's get real. The addictive energy can go the other way. I could easily come home and just be really needy and want him. And he still has work. So it's not like, okay, well, what are you doing here? Right? It just gets awkward. We can't go back to that addictive energy. That addictive energy, it's just the same energy. It's the same energy that wants to be released through love. You're either making love or creating love. So either you do any of those two, you could push it and become push, or you can create it, because we're not sitting around making love right now. So if I'm not, I'm going to create through love. So if you're not with your person, really be with that. If your person's not with you, channel all of this love you have inside and create something magical and beautiful so that you can spread it with the world. You can share it with others, because there's people out there, loves, that needs your light and love and energy. And if you focus on your person and try to give it all to them, you're both going to overdose on the energy. This is balancing. Balancing is me always being conscious on what I want to do. And that's why he's so drawn to me, is because I choose me every day. And when I choose me every day, they choose me. Oh my gosh, love. We just had a really beautiful call yesterday where this beautiful soul was like, is it just me? But like, everybody wants to be with me. And it was like, and we love getting deep on calls. It's because you've spent so much time being with you that you actually choose you. And when you choose you, right? Because now you're meditating, you'd rather have solitude. You'd rather go home instead of going out on a Friday night, go home, meditate, or like wooza. And as a byproduct, everybody wants to be with you. Everybody wants to see you.
You're also in that state of soul where you have no expectations or preferences
from
anybody else. And it makes you magnetic. Like, you don't need anything from anybody else.
And my gosh. So while we're talking twin flames, this beautiful soul, anytime they want to text their person, they can easily text their person and their person texts them back. Duh. She's so balanced. The energy is so focused on her. It's all about her. And that's what we're saying, is this is part of balancing. Even though the sexual energy is amazing with your person, I'm literally comparing it to creation. I'm literally comparing it to like me drooling because we just wrote an amazing blog. This is another level. I feel like our sexual video, the first video, we were like high vibing, like cray.
For sure,
about we were high vibing about meditation. We were comparing sex with our twin flames with meditation.
It is just like meditation. It is.
I know.
Meditation and creation.
Yes, that's totally it. And that's what love is. When you're making love, you're creating. Well,
think about it. When you're meditating, you're getting these like amazing downloads, and you're stilling the mind. It's all the same thing. When you're meditating, you become the observer. You're becoming soul, watching the thoughts. The same thing with sex. Like, you are becoming the observer and you're becoming soul. You're meditating to the oneness.
Yes. And that's how you can have physical intimacy. The way that me and Elizabeth describe it, it is very, very, very balanced. It's about us. All the focus is on us. They're there.
And trust me, our people feel the difference. It's like a whole new universe is opened up for them as well. When we have learned how to balance our own energy and make it about us, they therefore are like, what is this? Who are you? And why am I so lucky to have you?
Yes. And they say those things, they confirm those things. And so the mind, and I guess this is a way for all of you to feel comfort. The mind worries because the mind wants to have a 3D experience with their person, right? So the mind is like,
and the mind worries that someone else is. The mind worries that someone else is going to be better. Let me tell you, my loves, it'll never be better with anybody else.
No one can top you. No one can top soul. This is God's like love. It's amazing. No one can top this with any other soul. No one can ever top soul's love. Like, seriously, like, good effing luck. And I say that all the time to you guys, but I mean it. Like, good luck finding anyone like your soul, because I am literally your soul. And so when you are able to transmute it the way me and Elizabeth explain it, you are literally just creating. You're creating through love. You're creating through love for your passion on the things that you do. And you're so fully present. The way that I make love with my twin flame, I am freaking present. The way I meditate, I'm freaking present. The way I create, I am present. The presence is co-creation. The presence is being in the presence of God. The creation of being present is like being in the highest scale of consciousness, where you are pure love and you are one with every single thing. Everything. Where when we make love it literally feels like we are part of the entire universe, and the universe is us, and it's just amazing. And when Elizabeth said they won't experience this anywhere else, this is an immersion of your pure oneness as soul, and it's like you both are the universe experiencing yourself. It's amazing.
And they've told us that. They've told us that. I don't know that I am very present, so I don't know the exact words, but it was something like, I've never experienced this ever.
Yes.
With anybody else.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like, to them, it's like, what the F is this? What is this? And that's what makes us all divine feminines like the best thing on earth, because no one is ever going to give them what we, no one is ever going to give them